She announced, "I'm quitting my job. You'll support us while I find myself." I said, "Follow your dreams." Then I accepted a job overseas starting Monday. Her LinkedIn post about betrayal backfired when my company commented. I, 31 male, came home last Wednesday to find Celia, 29 Falfel, sitting on the couch with champagne and a massive grin. We'd been together 4 years, living together for 2. "Babe, I did it. I finally did it." "Did what?" "I quit. No more soul-crushing corporate life. No more toxic workplace. I'm free." My stomach dropped. "You? Quit your job?" "Yes, effective immediately." Told Antoine exactly what I thought of his micromanaging and walked out. God, it felt amazing. "Celia, we literally just signed a lease renewal. Our rent is $2,400 a month." She waved her hand dismissively. "You make enough to cover us both while I figure out my next move." I'm thinking maybe photography or pottery. I need time to explore my authentic self. "We should have discussed this first." "Why? So you could talk me out of it?" "I knew you'd be unsupportive. You're always so obsessed with money and stability." "Because stability keeps a roof over our heads?" "See? This is exactly why I didn't tell you. You're supposed to support my dreams, not lecture me about bills." I took a breath. "How long have you been planning this?" "A few weeks. I already bought a $3,000 camera setup for my photography journey. It'll pay for itself once I start booking clients." "With what money?" "Our emergency fund. But it's an investment in our future. Our emergency fund that I contributed 80% to for actual emergencies." "That's great. Follow your dreams." She beamed. "I knew you'd understand once you thought about it." What she didn't know was that 2 months ago, I'd been approached by my company's European division. They needed someone to lead a new team for 2 years. The pay was almost double, housing included, full relocation package. I'd been on the fence because of our relationship. Not anymore. That night, while Celia browsed Entrepreneurship for Beginners articles, I sent the email. "I accept the position. Can start Monday." The response came within an hour. "Fantastic. We'll expedite everything. Flight booked for Sunday night." Update 1 spent the last 3 days quietly organizing everything while Celia planned her creative journey. She'd already signed up for a $500 Find Your Purpose online course, bought $800 worth of art supplies, scheduled a 300-hour life coaching session, all on credit cards she assumed I'd pay off. Saturday morning, she presented me with a budget. "So I figured out our new financial plan. If you pick up some overtime and we cut back on your hobbies, we can maintain our lifestyle while I explore my passions. I'll need about 6 to 12 months. That's thorough. Oh, and I told my parents you're supporting my journey. They're so impressed. Dad said it's about time you stepped up as a provider." Her dad, who hasn't worked in 10 years while her mom supports him. Perfect. Speaking of stepping up, I have news too. Finally getting that promotion. Perfect timing. Better. I accepted a position in Amsterdam. I leave tomorrow night. The silence was deafening. That's not funny. Not trying to be. "Here's my contract." I showed her the email. "You can't. We have a lease. We have a life here. You ended our life here when you quit without discussing it and spent our emergency fund on cameras. This is completely different. You're abandoning me. I'm following my dreams. You should be supportive. How am I supposed to pay rent? Maybe sell some of that photography equipment or book some clients with your 3 days of experience." She started crying. "You planned this. You're punishing me for choosing happiness. I was offered this job 2 months ago. I was going to turn it down for us. Then you made a unilateral decision about our future, so I made one too." 2 months? You've been lying for 2 months. I've been considering an opportunity. You quit your job and spent our savings without even mentioning it. Which one's worse? She grabbed her phone. "I'm calling Gigi. She's a lawyer. This is financial abuse." Gigi's not a lawyer. She's a paralegal who does MLM skincare. But okay. While she ranted to Gigi, I finished packing. Movers were coming tomorrow for the stuff I was shipping. Everything else was sorted. Removed myself from the lease, penalty paid, canceled utilities effective Monday, separated our streaming accounts, downloaded all financial records showing my solo contributions. The best part? Her LinkedIn meltdown that night. When your partner of 4 years betrays you by accepting a job in another country without discussion, you learn who they really are. While I courageously left toxic corporate culture to pursue my authentic path, he chose money over love. Remember, ladies, narcissists will punish you for growing. Narcissistic abuse, financial abuse, betrayal, women supporting women. The comments were not what she expected. Girl, didn't you just post yesterday about quitting without notice? So you quit your job without telling him, but he's wrong for taking a promotion? This you? Screenshot of her post from Thursday. Real partners support your dreams without question. If he loves you, he'll provide while you thrive. But the best comment came Sunday morning from my company's official account. Congratulations to our star analyst on his promotion to European director. Fun fact, he initially declined this opportunity 2 months ago, citing personal commitments. We're thrilled he reconsidered. Welcome to Amsterdam. Her post disappeared within an hour. Update 2, landed in Amsterdam. Beautiful apartment overlooking a canal. Full furniture. View that would cost $8K a month back home. Celia's been bombing my WhatsApp. Day 1, please reconsider. We can do long distance. Day 2, the landlord says I need to pay or leave by Friday. Day 3, this is illegal. You can't just abandon me. Day 4, my parents won't let me move back unless I get a job. Day 5, nobody's hiring and it's your fault. That last one came with a voicemail from her mom, Diane. How dare you abandon my daughter when she's following her dreams? She gave you the best years of her life. You owe her support while she finds herself. Real men don't run away to Europe when things get tough. Right, the woman whose husband hasn't worked since Y2K is giving me lectures about being a provider. Then Celia went nuclear on LinkedIn again. Update on my situation. The person I thought was my partner has left the country to avoid his responsibilities. I'm now facing homelessness because I chose mental health over corporate slavery. If anyone has leads on emergency housing or legal aid for financial abandonment, please DM. Financial abuse, narcissistic ex, women in crisis. This time, responses were brutal. Didn't you say last week you quit without notice and bought $3K in camera equipment? Ma'am, you can't be financially abandoned by someone you're not married to. Maybe try getting a job? Just a thought. But then Celia's friend Portia, an influencer with 2K followers, posted, my bestie is being abused by her ex who fled the country. He trapped her financially and left when she tried to break free. Share to expose this predator. She tagged my company, big mistake. Our legal department doesn't play. They sent Portia a cease and desist within 24 hours. Her post vanished and was replaced with, previous post removed due to inaccuracies. Apologies for any confusion. Meanwhile, Celia had bigger problems. Turns out when you burn bridges with your employer, word travels. She applied to 6 companies in our field. All rejections. Her former coworker Damien texted me, yo, your ex applied here. My boss Googled her and found her LinkedIn rants, plus a review from Antoine saying she's unprofessional, unreliable, and burned company equipment on her way out. She burned equipment? I called Antoine. We'd worked on projects together. Did she really burn equipment? Deleted all her files and projects out of spite. 3 months of work, gone. We're considering legal action. The escalation continued. Day 8, her dad Roger called. You need to man up and come home. Celia's struggling and it's your responsibility to fix this. Roger, you haven't worked in a decade. How is this my responsibility? That's different. I have a bad back. From what? The golf you play twice a week? He hung up. Day 10. Celia sent a group email to all our mutual friends. I wanted you all to know the truth about why Thomas left. He's been planning this for months, waiting for me to be vulnerable so he could maximum damage. He knew I was struggling with corporate burnout, and instead of supporting me, he fled the country. This is emotional and financial terrorism. Replies started coming in. My favorite from Jake. Celia, you told us last month you were planning to quit and make him support you. You said, and I quote, he makes enough for both of us. Why should I suffer? This isn't terrorism, it's consequences. She removed Jake from the email chain. Update 3. The entitlement reached new heights. Celia created a GoFundMe, help a domestic abuse survivor rebuild her life. Goal, $15,000. The description was wild. After escaping a 4-year relationship with a covert narcissist, I'm starting from zero. He isolated me financially, made me dependent, then abandoned me when I tried to break free from his control. Now I'm facing eviction while he lives lavishly in Europe. She'd raised $300, all from her mom, when things went sideways. Remember that $3,000 camera she bought? Someone noticed it in her Instagram stories. Why are you selling brand new equipment if you need money for rent? Her response? A survivor shouldn't have to explain their coping mechanisms. Then Antoine's company filed charges for destruction of property. Turns out, what she deleted included client deliverables worth roughly $50,000 in contracts. She tried to claim it was an accident, but they had her keycard data showing she came back after hours specifically to do it. Her LinkedIn got interesting, being sued by my toxic former employer for standing up for myself. They're claiming I destroyed property when all I did was clean my personal files. This is what happens when you refuse to be a corporate slave. Any lawyers willing to work pro bono for a whistleblower? The legal community responded, "That's not what whistleblowing means. Deleting client work isn't cleaning personal files." Pro tip, don't admit to crimes on social media. The best part, my company announced my first big win, landed a 2-mirror client in my second week. They posted about it with my photo. Celia commented, "Must be nice succeeding on the backs of those you've destroyed." My company responded, "Thomas earned this through merit and hard work. We don't tolerate defamation of our employees. This is your only warning." She deleted the comment but screenshotted it first, posting it everywhere with, "See how they protect abusers?" Nobody cared. Her follower count was dropping daily. Then came the voicemail from Roger. "You've ruined my daughter's life. She had to move back home. Do you know how embarrassing this is for us? The neighbors are talking. You're gonna fix this, or I'll fly to Amsterdam myself." I texted back, "Cool, let me know when you book that flight with all your golf injury settlement money." He didn't respond. Final update. Everything came crashing down for Celia spectacularly. First, the lawsuit from Antoine's company. They had her dead to rights. Security footage of her swiping in after hours, screenshots of her bragging to Portia about torching everything on my way out, and forensic IT evidence. She tried representing herself in the preliminary hearing. "Judge, you're claiming you accidentally deleted 3 months of client work?" I was emotionally distressed. "The footage shows you were here for 3 hours systematically going through folders. I have ADHD. Sometimes I hyperfocus." "You've never been diagnosed with ADHD according to these records." "I self-diagnosed." She lost, owes $50,000 in damages, plus legal fees. Bankruptcy is her only option now. But then the IRS entered the chat. See, when Celia was building her photography business, she'd been writing everything off as business expenses. That $3,000 camera, business expense. The $500 course, business expense. Those art supplies, business expense. One problem, she never registered a business, never filed quarterly taxes, never reported any income, because there wasn't any. That's tax fraud, friends. Her public meltdown was magnificent. Posted a TikTok crying in her car. "I'm being persecuted for trying to follow my dreams. My ex got me blacklisted, sued, and now the IRS is after me. This is what happens when you leave a narcissist. They destroy everything." The comments destroyed her. "Girl, you committed tax fraud. That's on you. Maybe don't burn down your workplace next time. Your ex is in another country. How'd he make you commit crimes?" Meanwhile, I was thriving. My team in Amsterdam was incredible. The work was challenging but rewarding. I'd started dating Astrid, a local consultant who found my American corporate refugee story hilarious. Celia found out through Instagram. Astrid tagged me at a concert. The meltdown was immediate. 2 months. He couldn't even wait 2 months before replacing me. 4 years meant nothing, and with some European blonde, you can't make this up. Narcissistic replacement discarded. Someone commented, "Didn't you quit your job to find yourself and expect him to pay for it?" Her response, "That's different. I was growing." Into what? A unemployed defendant? She blocked them. The final nail? Portia, her bestie, posted a video distancing herself. "Hey guys, so about my friend's situation, I've learned there's more to the story. I was manipulated into believing false narratives, and I apologize to anyone affected. Mental health isn't an excuse to harm others. I'm focusing on my own journey now. #growth, accountability." Translation: Portia's wannabe influencer career couldn't survive association with Celia's dumpster fire. Celia's last public post before going dark. Taking a social media break to heal from narcissistic abuse, financial terrorism, and systematic oppression. If you need me, don't. I'm protecting my energy. Roger sent one final email. I hope you're happy. My daughter is destroyed. She's had to take a minimum wage job at a call center. She cries every day. This is your fault. I responded, weird how she's able to work now that she needs money. Guess she found herself after all. He CC'd my mom on his reply. Your son is a sociopath. My mom replied all. My son paid his own bills and moved on with his life. Your daughter committed fraud and burned down her career. I know which one I'm proud of. Last I heard through mutual friends, Celia's working 2 jobs to pay legal fees, living in her teenage bedroom at Roger and Diane's. Banned from LinkedIn for repeated violations of professional conduct standards. Her photography business, Instagram, has 12 followers. The IRS payment plan will take approximately 7 years to complete. As for me, just got promoted again. Astrid and I are planning a trip to Iceland. My mental health has never been better. Turns out removing entitled people from your life does wonders for your peace. Oh, and Celia? Since I know you still check my socials with fake accounts, hey, totally not Celia94, Photography Dreams 2024 and Amsterdam Stalker 1, here's a message. You were right about one thing. I did choose money over love. Because what we had wasn't love. It was you treating me like a bank account with feelings. Real love doesn't demand you fund someone's delusions while they call you unsupportive for having boundaries. Hope you found yourself. From what I hear, she works at a call center and owes the IRS 5 figures. Sounds about right? Peace out from Amsterdam. Edit. Stop asking for Celia's socials. Let her rebuild in peace. Yes, Amsterdam is amazing. No, I don't feel bad. She made her choices. Edit 2. To everyone saying I should have communicated better, I tried to discuss it when she quit. She called me unsupportive and obsessed with money. You can't communicate with someone who thinks discussion is manipulation. Edit 3. Celia's friend Damien just texted me. Apparently she applied to his company again with a fake resume. They caught her because she forgot to change her email address. The audacity is impressive, honestly.